Can you describe, after going through the certification through the IAB QAG certification program and your participation in TOGI, what is Rocketfuel's approach to combating fraudulent and robotic traffic?
So we'll go through several things. You know, we've seen as a buyer, we've seen the industry do a tremendous job in cleaning up the industry in the past 6 months. However, with that said, it's still getting worse. We're having fraudsters are continuing to evolve. They're getting smarter, and what works 1 month may not work another month. A seller that is very trustworthy and has an approach for 1 month, we're seeing problems 2 months later. So bad guys are still learning the tricks, and we're having to evolve with them. So Rocketfuel's policy is stay one step ahead as much as we can. No one has a silver bullet. It's important to work together to share our best practices. I don't believe it's right to keep your secrets all to yourself. We're never going to solve the issue that way. A few things that Rocketfuel has developed along with our best practices that we've learned from these task forces are we're implementing block list, inventory quality teams, we're withholding payment, and we work with third-party accredited vendors. So on block list, we have told by every single exchange in this room that we have the largest block list of any buyer. We have a zero tolerance policy. We have tens of thousands of sites that are on our block list. I have been at Rocketfuel for 2.5 years, and I have seen one site removed from our fraud block list. So it's once you're on, you're on. We don't have a fraud package. There is no comes to Rocketfuel. I like to buy cheap impressions and cheap clicks. We don't operate that way. So Rocketfuel's approach is our global block list applies for every single campaign that we're working with. One of the ways that we saw these problems is we're looking at identifying real good users. And when I say real users, by credit card purchases. We've yet to see a bot make a purchase with a credit card. So it's one thing to take away. And going back to the block list, using this example for the block list is sites with a lot of traffic with no real good users or no good users immediately get put into our block list. Again, just something else that we look at during considering what goes onto our block list is mismatches. Mismatches it's an immediate no tolerance. If we ever see a site coming through that you claim to be YouTube and you're not YouTube, you're running on a piracy site, not just is that site cut off, but the entire seller's cut off. So you could have 50% good inventory, the other 50% is a little suspect. We don't take the chance. The entire seller's cut off. We've got to the point where we've come very close to actually even cutting exchanges completely off from direct integrations. We have an enormous inventory quality team. We have a dedicated quality team that's not part-time working on inventory, but a large group that their full-time job is looking at every single request, abnormalities in what they see. And to that point, we have something which I'm really proud of to be part of, is we have a working group. Anybody at our company that is very passionate about fraud or inventory quality or malware or bots or doesn't matter what group you're in, from optimization to product to engineering, we create this working group, and as a result, you get a lot of ideas brought to the table, which is what the IAB has been trying to do for a while with TOGI is bringing these ideas from different completely cross-functional groups to the table. So next point is legal. I'm pretty passionate about this. Fraudsters will continue to do this as long as they're receiving money. So how do we stop the money? So as a buyer, we stop the money by withholding payment. And it's not withholding payment for fraudulent impressions. We have contracts. If we bring on a seller, your entire payment will be withheld if we find X% of fraudulent inventory, or you're going to be cut off. You're also liable for if you run a fraudulent impression that ends up affecting one of our clients, we can take that action. So I believe strongly that when we stop the money, we can help sort of start to reduce this.